herniated disc. So I had one of our doctors, Dr. Van, wrote a book called How the Chiropractor Saved My Life, about her journey to wellness after she came to me with her cancer, and we worked with her on that. We had people fly from all over the world for me to work on and treat with nutritional products, and bring them off of their medications, fix the problems they have, celiac, Crohn's, Lyme's, things like that, and do long-term planning to keep their quality of life as high as they can for as long as they can. I get brought products at least twice a week. You know, everyone's like, oh, hey, will you look at this for me? Oh, hey, will you look at that for me? Should I take this and should I take that? And literally the research backs up 97% of the stuff that you find is complete junk. Complete junk. So when I was brought this, they were like, will you test this for me and tell me if it's any good? And I was like, all right, whatever. And so I left it on my desk for 2 days, and then I finally tested it, and it tested on. And I was like, oh, hey, we're testing it through muscle testing. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. I was like, well, let's see how powerful it is. So my dad jacked his wrist up 3 or 4 years ago, falling downstairs in the night, trying to be quiet. They were trying to be quiet and sneak out of the house. He was going fishing at 4 a.m. He was trying to sneak out of the house and slipped and, anyway, jacked his wrist. So we tested it. It took 16 capsules of turmeric to bring it on, or 1 spray of the Renew. And so I thought, all right, that's kind of interesting. So we started testing on other things in the body. This is going to be this is going to change the market as far as what we're doing with RA patients, what we're doing with joint pain, what we're doing with, oh, this is sore and that's sore. When I took it for a couple of days, and I messed up my bicep lifting too much weight. And when I got back in the gym, after a couple of days, I was able to lift again without almost any pain with my left arm. And it was awesome. So fast forward a couple of days, and I'm in the gym again. I just got done with my fly workout. I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and try to do bench again. Now at this point, I hadn't been able to do bench in 10 years because I hurt my shoulders. So I went up and I was able to do 3 sets of decline and 3 sets of flat without any problems.
Really?
So, yeah. So that's when I was like, all right, that's it, I'm in. I'm good. I've made the statement multiple times because I have access to the best surgeons probably in all of America, definitely in Dallas. And I've seen a couple of them at MRIs, injections, all sorts of things to my shoulders. And they're like, dude, we don't know what's wrong with your shoulders. Like, it's a medical mystery. So this product that was able to change that was a huge deal for me. Having said that, there's a big piece that we don't really have the research enough to come out and say, this is accurate, but I want you to connect 2 dots. So the vast majority of kids that we're seeing who have ADD, ADHD, any type of medical issue, autism, things like that, and a lot of adults who have psoriasis and eczema and all sorts of adrenal issues, it's because their gut is inflamed. So you hear about the celiac and this Crohn's and stuff I treat all day long. It's because of the inflammation in the bowel. This will decrease that. If we can decrease the inflammation in the gut, now not just the stuff that we're giving our patients or our clients or however you want to phrase it, not only is this stuff going to get in, the other stuff that we're trying to feed our kids is going to get in. Everything else. Now they're not eating broccoli and carrots because we think they should. They're eating them to get nutrients. So we're going to have a lot more things actually function. So I don't want to get too technical, but on the neuro, one of the reasons that you can use that to help pull kids and pull adults off of some of the medications they're on, Adderall has 2 amphetamine molecules on it. So when people say it's basically meth, they're not totally accurate, but it's not that far off. A lot of people crush it and snort it to get high, and it's apparently a better high than meth. So what happens is that it decreases the acetylcholinesterase, which is actually something that molecule goes in and fires up the brain. Well, if you don't have enough nutrients, you're not making enough of it, you don't want to destroy what's there. So the acetylcholinesterase breaks down what is there. So if we hold off on the guy breaking up the acetylcholine, we're going to have a lot more attention, a lot more focus. The other thing is that it increases the receptor sites for dopamine. So now the dopamine, all that happy stuff, that now hits the cell and it's now worthwhile. So instead of forcing the body, like forcing fake synthetic dopamine in the body, which creates secondary and tertiary problems, this goes the other route and helps your body to create more of its own receptors. So there's a couple of different things, and I don't want to bore you with all the stuff that's in all the products, but those 2 are huge. And I always tell my people, you will not get better if you can't sleep. because that's where all healing happens. So if you have people, if you have friends who just feel like hell all the time, it's because they don't sleep. They get to sleep, they get deep restful sleep, all of a sudden things are going to start working again. So that's where I'm trying to get a lot of my people to come back into it. But the other stuff, and like I said, I don't want to sit here forever, but you have people with cardiovascular problems, heart attacks and strokes. That plaquing that's from all the cholesterol problems has nothing to do with cholesterol. It has to do with inflammation of the blood vessel. The blood vessel gets inflamed, the plaque sticks to it, trying to protect the blood vessel, because if it rips open, you die. So it puts the plaque on there as a last ditch safety mechanism, so it sticks in there. So if we can get in there and start breaking up that inflammation, the plaquing is going to start calming down. So this is another thing that I'm going to start using with all of my, there's other stuff as well, obviously, but this is going to be one of the major things I'm using for patients who have a clinical history, genetic history of heart attacks and strokes. Well, if you don't have plaquing now, we gotta bring down your inflammation. So that's going to be one of the big things. So this product line, just with the small amount of stuff they've got now, is making a huge change. I've got RA patients, I've got patients with chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia in the past 10 days who have been able to come back and say, I'm not swelling, I don't hurt. Like we're at the very beginning of some of these patients, and it's a really big deal. I've got $1,500 worth of supplements on my shelf right now that I'm not going to sell. And the reason is because as a doc, all you really have is, people don't come to you and go, hey, I know you lie a lot, but what's your opinion? So all we've really got is our word and what we can bring together. And what I've seen with this stuff, coupled with the research that we know we've got for the past 20 years, this is going to be some of the biggest stuff ever to hit the market. And with the liposomal stuff, this is going to be able to get in where nothing else can. So it's going to be a really big deal.
If you get a chance to treat a client with Parkinson's and the Renew, you come back and let us know how it works for them.
Yeah.
You're talking about dopamine, that's the biggest issue with people with Parkinson's.
So there's a couple other things involved in that, and we can talk about it afterwards, but yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that I've got a new Parkinson's patient coming in, I think next week, that we're working with, so I'm excited to see what we can do with it.
Dr. Chalmers, what were you saying, you were telling me the other day about the delivery that we have is basically going to set the new standard?
It's
what you're seeing.
It's going to kill all the other supplement companies, because what they're going to end up finding is that if you've got to take, let's say a bottle has 60 capsules in it, right? And you've got to take 15 capsules a day, so that bottle lasts you 4 days, and you got to choke down 30, 40, 50 capsules a day. Yeah, you're not going to do it. Or you're going to take stuff and you go, I don't feel any better at all. Or you take this stuff and you go, oh my God, I feel totally different. I don't need my drug. Finally I can do bench press again. Oh, my shoulders, my knee, whatever it is. Yeah, what are you going to take? The one that you've been taking for 4 years that didn't do anything, or the one in 10 days did something? Yeah. So what's going to end up happening is everybody else is going to go, oh man, we missed the boat. And the problem is that this isn't easy technology. This isn't something they were just like, oh, we'll just switch to this. It's been around for a long time. We'll just switch to it. Liposomal technology's been around since the 60s. No one's figured out how to use it like this until now. Right. So that's going to be the biggest thing. So yeah, I think in 5-6 years, maybe 7, you're going to see more of the, all the major companies are going to go this route. But right now, this is all there is. And so when people find out about it, like I said, I got thousands of dollars of stuff on my shelf. I'm not even going to sell it. So, would you buy something that isn't going to be working? So
I want to ask one last thing, but what's interesting is he had mentioned that to me, and his brother-in-law has been very successful in, what's his background?
He's in nuclear medicine.
And sent us an article from the NIH, the government, basically concluding that liposome delivery technology will be the new standard within 5 to 10 years. And the government's just trying to find a way to do it more economically. Number one. Number two, they haven't found a way to get multiple nutrients in the liposome. That's part of our trade secret. Every other liposome out there right now is just delivering one nutrient at a time. Okay? We are the first company to bring this to market like this. Guys, this is huge. We are basically the Apple iPhone in the flip phone market. Okay? Remember those Motorola Razors? Okay? Cool. Sometimes I miss it. Finally learned how to text on it, and then Apple comes out of the phone. Okay? But guess what? We're not here to knock all the other flip phones out there. There's a lot of good products out there. Okay? But when this little guy came out, none of those phones held a candle to this. And so I guess in light of that, I was going to ask you one last question. So you've got a very successful practice off Lebanon and the Tollway in the heart of Frisco.
Mhm.
You're about to open up another practice out there. You have one in Allen. You're about to open up a fourth one in Carrollton. You've got multiple doctors working for you, clients flying all over the world to see you. You've obviously done pretty well. Okay, why are you jumping in the business aspect of this?
Well, at the end of the day, I have 2 kids, and they're awesome. And my 4.5-year-old is 49 inches tall and weighs almost 80 pounds. So feeding my teenage kids is scaring the hell out of me. And you know, it's one of those things that, you know, I love to help people, and that's why you wake up in the morning. But it's also nice to be able to turn the lights on in the morning. And, you know, sooner or later, you know, as a chiropractor, I love what I do. I'm really good at what I do, but I don't know how long I can physically do it. And so you have to look at your whole card one day and be like, even if I love my job, how long can I do what I'm doing? So maintaining and creating multiple streams of income is really critical, because I was in a car wreck when I was 26 and almost died. Like literally, like I had 2 neurosurgeons come in and look at me and be like, "We don't know how you're alive," which is really fun to hear. So bad things can happen, but I don't have to die. If I break my arm real bad, if I break my hand again, if I break my leg again, you know, I'm out for a couple months. That could be, you know, that could be it. And I do lots of silly things in the gym, so there's a good chance that might happen to me one day. So having, like I said, a second stream of income is really, really good, but you know, being able to find a product that's gonna really help people, it's kind of a no-brainer for me.
Appreciate it, man.